Good morning. Good morning. Good to see everyone on this beautiful summer day. We are blessed, and it's not going to be too hot today, unlike the rest of this week. So let's enjoy, do some things outside. We're expecting some 90s this week, but we'll deal with it. We have before, and I don't think there's anyone here for the very first time. So just good to see all of you here this morning. Let's see. I always like to start with just a few announcements, just so you know what's coming up, and if there's something you want to put on your calendar. After the service today, we're going to have a short Unity Ensemble practice, doing a very easy, short, fun song for the summer concert on July 18th. So we're just going to have a preliminary first rehearsal for that, just run through it. No musical background needed. It's a really easy one. And so if you want to join us for that, stick around right after the service. We'll do that really quickly before we go back for fellowship. Next Sunday, Elizabeth Betzel is going to speak. Her title is Seeing Ourselves Through the Eyes of Possibility. Love the sound of that. Here's a little blurb from her description. Through the lens of an ancient biblical story and timeless unity teachings, we will explore how fear, self-perception, and faith shape our experience of life's challenges, and how we can learn to see ourselves through the eyes of divine possibility. That sounds good. Sounds really good. And Elizabeth is also going to be doing another one of her Circle of Trust gatherings. She's been doing those seasonally. This is the summer one. It's going to be on Tuesday, July 14th at 1 p.m. And it's on summer. Summer, a season of abundance, light, and collaboration. I know many of you attend those Circles of Trust, and they're always very heartening. There's a sign-up sheet for that on the back table. So if you want to let Elizabeth know you're planning on attending that, you can sign up there. And of course, our summer concert is coming up fast. Saturday, July 18th at 6 p.m. I'm kind of hoping for the back lawn for a change. It's been a couple of years since the weather was right for that, and so we had to have it inside. But we will go with what it feels like out there. If it's too hot or wet, we'll be in here again. If not, we'll be out on the lawn and back deck. And a wonderful lineup is coming together of your favorite singers, lots of folks. It's going to be some beautiful music, so I hope you're planning to join us. If we are outside, make a note to bring a lawn chair and put on a little insect repellent. And we'll see you there on July 18th. I think that's about it. So we'll begin to just think about going into prayer and bringing to our minds all those we are lifting up in prayer for healing, for guidance, for comfort, for support. This is a song by Janice Stanfield called I Am One. I'm just a spoke in the wheel, one grain of sand, but it feels so right to be right where I am. One little part of a much bigger plan, and the longer I'm here, the more I understand. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun, when it's all said and done. I am one, we are one. I'm just one drop of rain that falls from the sky, that runs to the stream, then the ocean by and by. I could do worse than to give myself up on the crest of a wave on this ocean of love. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun, when it's all said and done. I am one, we are one. Once more. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun, ourselves to become quiet. Thank you, thank you. Let's relax for a moment and close our eyes. Allow ourselves to feel our oneness with one another, with God, with the earth we are a part of, with all living things. All across the globe, we are one. We are deeply connected. We know this truth for everyone in our sanctuary this morning, both here and afar. There is not one of us that is apart, that is separate, that is excluded. We are one with the life of God that infuses this universe. From this we draw great comfort and healing and energy and wisdom, knowing we are not alone. We are connected at depth, and we are being guided by God in us and carried by the rhythm of life. We affirm this truth for everyone. Anyone struggling today, anyone in need of healing or help or comfort or direction, the power and presence of God is with them. That life that infuses us all is guiding them in their next right steps, enfolding them with comfort, steadying them with that deep peace from within. So we come out of this time of prayer together with gratitude, knowing all are deeply connected with the power and presence of God. And we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. All right, our theme is sort of about getting in sync is my title today. And it's sort of about our oneness, our deep connection with one another, with nature, with the earth, with the world. So we love this song by Peter Mayer. We've probably done it before for you, but it's called All the World is One. Peter Mayer song. Good to see you guys. All right.
Say that you stand apart, put a fence around your yard. You can build a tall rampart and guard it with a gun. You can dig yourself a moat, burn the bridge and burn the boat. It won't matter that much, you know, 'cause all the world is one. All the world is one. You can march in a big parade every Independence Day. You can raise up your own flag and sing your own anthem. It will ring out in the air with all the other anthems there, till the winds of the earth declare that all the world is one. All the world is one. Go and ask the Buddha when he's sitting under the tree. Go ask Walt Whitman when he's looking at the sea. Ask Alan Shepard when he's standing up on the moon, staring at that pearl of blue. Ask an atom in the breath you take. Ask the water by the riverbank. Ask a strand of DNA, it's written in your blood. One life running in your veins, one life from one big bang. You can try and separate it, but all the world is one. All the world is one. Go and ask the Buddha when he's sitting under the tree. Ask Annie Dillard when she's up on Tinker Creek. Ask Alan Shepard when he's standing out on the moon, staring at that pearl of blue. You can take an outbound train, try and make a getaway. You can ride up like John Wayne into the setting sun. But earthlings don't leave town, they just go round and round. figure out that all the world is one. All the world is one. All the world is one.
Great song, isn't it? Great Peter Mayer song. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Peter Mayer, for that beautiful song. He's a heck of a songwriter. Lots of good tunes. All right. Well, my title today, I think I said, is Getting in Sync. It's kind of what it's about. And I thought of this old joke, which you may or may not like. It's a little bit of a story. It's about an old couple. They go into a kind of a fast food restaurant. They're quite up in years, and he goes, as they come in, and people are saying, "Oh, yeah, they must have been married a long, long time. Look at that lovely old couple." And he goes up. The man orders one hamburger, one order of fries, and a small drink. And then he and his wife, they go sit down at a table, and he kind of divides up that hamburger, cuts it in half, divides up those fries. They each take a sip of the drink, and then he begins to eat, his half of the burger. Well, people are watching and they go, "What a shame, that couple can't afford another meal. That's just so sad." So after a little while, watching, this guy comes over, a young man, and he says, "I'd be happy to buy another meal for you. Would you let me do that?" And the man said, "Oh, no, we're fine. We share everything. We share everything." And I said, "Okay." They kind of keep going, and he kind of keeps eating, and later on, he comes over again. "Well, can't I buy you a meal?" And the woman says, "Oh, no, this time." She says, "No, it's fine. We share everything." And he says, "Well, why aren't you eating anything then?" She said, "What are you waiting for?" And she said, "The teeth." I've told you, it's kind of a cringy joke. They share everything. See, they share their teeth. That's a groaner, I know. That's sharing, a little too much. Would you agree? All right, I'm talking about, they were in sync, that couple. We're talking about getting in sync. I learned a word recently. I went to this retreat where we did some drumming circle and things like that, and dancing, sacred dancing. But in the drumming circle, I learned this new word, entrainment. I was talking about it recently, which is a word about, when people drum together, everyone will get to that, they'll find that common beat. Whatever the beat that starts out, people will get with it, and in no time at all. They call that entrainment, and pretty soon you're all kind of in that same rhythm. And I've sort of been doing some reading on entrainment and found out it's actually a word that's used in lots of different fields, lots of different ways, disciplines of life. It's used in science, biology, psychology, the process of making something part of a flow and carrying it along. That's entrainment. So it kind of involves, sometimes it's a kind of a syncing up of biological rhythms, or aligning your clock with environmental factors, getting in sync in that way. It definitely has a lot to do with social interactions, a kind of a getting in rhythm with others. You kind of synchronize your actions or emotions. Or it's how we live and work together, I think, when we're doing it well, maybe. Tiny little example, last week I was watching a couple of men who come and do our front lawn, and a long stretch that goes along the road. They are so efficient. There's never any talking. They just kind of pull up, and one of them mows on the big rider mower, and one goes around with the trimmer to get the edges. And then the mower finishes his job before the trimmer does, so he puts the mower away, and he uses the blower to blow things off the sidewalk. And it is done in 10 minutes. Very quietly, very efficiently, without any conversation. I thought, well, they are just in sync. And they've worked that out probably over years of working together. It's easy, it's quiet, it's efficient, getting into rhythm with others in a work situation. I think entrainment is very basic to nature. I think we see it all around us. Things getting into flow, into sync with one another, with nature, with life. examples in the natural world are all around us all the time. I was talking last week about the synchronous fireflies that they see down in the Smokies. People travel there to see them because the fireflies, it's entrainment. They get in sync with their lights, waves of light, and they all get in sync with that. They call that synchronous fireflies. People travel a long distance to see that because it's just really so inspiring. But we see it throughout nature. Birdsong in the morning, they kind of get entrained with that, or in the evening. Have you ever seen a murmuration of starlings? Those big flocks of birds, they are in sync, or they'd be crashing into each other up there. Very smooth flow up there. The flow of water, the flow of tides, the movement of fish in the ocean in big schools. All involves a kind of getting in sync, a common rhythm. I think it's kind of a fundamental law of life. This is how things work best. This is the flow of things. There is a flow of things that we can get in harmony with. And of course, at the same time, it's also at odds with our sort of egocentric seeking for ourselves, competing, trying to outdo, acquire, setting ourselves up or above or in opposition to others. Quite the opposite of this getting in a common rhythm to accomplish things. But I think, we have both of those energies going on in us maybe. But I think if we reflect on what works best in our lives, when we're happiest or most satisfied, and maybe most productive, creative, it's usually not in the outdoing or excelling above others. It's in getting in sync with others and what you manage to do together in that way. Like my lawn guys, you see images of work gangs from the past, they would chant according to a certain rhythm, get in rhythm to make the job easier, make it more efficient, not bump into each other. The opposite of that is, I was looking at some old clips of the Three Stooges. Any of you remember the Three Stooges? The one would be carrying a ladder, and we had a guy with a box, it was like, their whole humor was based on discordance, being out of rhythm, being out of sync with each other, and the stupid things that would happen as a result of that. It's also, I think, entrainment, this getting in sync. It's a deeply spiritual principle. And I think it's taught very strongly in the scriptures. The heart of Jesus' teachings and his least understood teachings, I think. Agree with your adversary, he taught. Agree with your adversary. What do you mean there? Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. He said, if you love only those who love you, what reward do you have? Suggesting that if you can find a way to love those who don't love you, that you don't connect with, there's some rewards there. I think that's what his teachings were all about. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. If you love only those who love you, what reward do you have? Now, in Aramaic, which I don't know whether any of you have pulled up any books that kind of Aramaic translations of Jesus, that was his spoken language. It wasn't a written language. He spoke, and everybody that listened to him was listening to these words in Aramaic. And this is from a book by Neil Douglas Klotz, Prayers of the Cosmos, where he has translations. That teaching, the way it would have sounded in Aramaic to his listeners, would have been like this. Love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. It would be, from a hidden place, unite with your enemies. From the inside, fill the inner void that makes them fall out of rhythm, out of time with you. Bring yourself back into rhythm within. Find the movement that mates with theirs. Do this work in secret so they don't know. This kind of love creates. It doesn't emote. So a whole lot in that teaching, isn't there? So this kind of love is the kind of love he was teaching. It isn't about emotion, It isn't that kind of thing. It's more powerful than that and more transformative. It means, like, from a hidden place inside you, try to get in rhythm with them. Find the movement that mates with theirs. Bring yourself back into rhythm within. Don't let it throw you. Try to get in sync in some way. Try to find common ground. There's a lot of different ways to interpret that, I think. And this kind of love is transformative. It creates. Klotz, in his interpretation, he says love, the word love in Aramaic, ahebwa, means a mysterious, impersonal force, one that acts in secret to bring separate beings together to create new life. That's a powerful thing. What kind of love is that? That's really something to ponder. It's certainly not something emotional, though it might give rise to strong feeling. It's different than that. It's more inclusive. It's more transformative. It's more challenging, more powerful. It can transform animosity into unity, getting in rhythm with another. It's an inner thing, kind of love that can bring harmony out of chaos. And I think those are the words Jesus was referring to. If we can do that somehow in our relations with one another, it can transform. It can transform us. So how do we practice that? I was trying to think of some different examples of that, just stories I've heard or things I see around us or books I've read. There's a book called Promise of Kindness by an author named Ferrucci, and he talks about his wife Vivian a good deal in his book, and particularly Vivian's, quote, relentless friendliness. I always like this kind of quote, a relentless friendliness. With people who are rude to her, she disregards the rudeness and she just chats. She chats about the weather, about kids. She might ask an opinion. She might tell a little joke. Never mentions the rudeness. And she keeps going relentlessly until she gets a flicker of a smile or a nod or a pleasant word. Pretty amazing. It sounds to me like that's Jesus' teachings right there. When he asked her why she did that, she said, "I have never wanted enemies, and I am a big believer in redemption." Was her take on that. I think that's that kind of Jesus, a Hebwa love in action. Don't react to the rudeness or the animosity. Agree with your adversary, he said. It's the same kind of thing. Just kind of disregard that and try to find a rhythm, something you can connect about. How you have kids, things like that. Wasn't the weather great today? How about that rain last night? We do this kind of thing, I think, routinely in life to try to find some kind of common ground. And it's amazing what we can do in our neighborhoods, in our communities, when we get in sync, when we find a common rhythm and put our energies into that. I was thinking about my old church, Unity East. Some of you are familiar with that. And shortly after I joined the church, this was in around 2000, we lost the lease and had to get out in 3 months. And we found a building. It had been a church building 25 years before. Nothing like that now. In fact, there was a used car lot in the parking lot all around the building. We talked about how it always looked like we had really good attendance. Big car lot all around the building. And the building needed, we had 3 months, the building needed a whole lot of work to get in. It needed, we wanted some kind of disability access. We needed some kind of a ramp. The bathrooms needed fitting out. We needed cables, phone cable brought in. All kinds of work was needed. And we only had a membership of about 20, 25. But in that 20, 25 people, we had everything needed. We had a guy who did carpentry. We had a guy who did electrical, put up exit signs and stuff. We had a guy who pulled cable. And then we had people who cooked and made lunch for the people who were working. We had people who would beautify it, decorate it, make it nice. It was sort of amazing, and very effortlessly, people just found, what can I contribute? What can I put in here? And everyone got in a common rhythm. We got in sync toward a goal. It's amazing how much we can accomplish when that happens. When that happens, it's just amazing. I think it's, we can do this in community, and we do it in community a lot. I was reading about a little market in Vermont, Dan and Witt's Market in Norwich, Vermont. I love that. Several years ago, he was like so many small markets. Do you remember all the small markets we used to have? Every neighborhood, it seemed like, had a little small market. Well, this was one in Norwich, Vermont. And he had help wanted signs up, and there were no applicants. And it looked like he was going to have to close it. It was called Dan and Witt's Market. And word got out in town, and a whole bunch of folks volunteered, said, okay, I'll work there. And they got a big rotation going, and they were stocking shelves and running the cashier and checking people out and cleaning and all these people. And they're like accountants and psychiatrists and therapists and elementary school teachers. These are just folks from town. And they saved that little store, and it's still going strong now. And that was from some years ago. And everybody was happy. That's the thing about getting in sync like this, too, and you're working together. Everybody was really happy about what they were doing and where they were putting their energy. Just like when we moved Unity East, and whenever we sort of get in sync towards something, put our energy into it, there's a satisfaction that comes from it. Like we're working in accord with the rhythm of the universe. We're meant to work together in this way, and it feels good. Anyone ever had that feeling? I think we all have, working on certain things. It's just, it's a natural thing, entrainment. I think this is the time we really need to work on entrainment with our earth home, too. We have fallen out of rhythm in a number of ways, with nature, with the earth we inhabit, with all the other creatures, and the insects and the birds. It's so deeply needed right now. People getting in sync with the rhythms of nature and with the earth and honoring them, and becoming stewards of the earth instead of users of its resources. And many are beginning to awaken to that, beginning to live and work more in harmony with the natural world, planting native gardens, making space for wildlife, for pollinators, for insects. Many people recycling and reusing to kind of cut down on the excessive trash of our cultures. Many avoiding the use of toxins that destroy lives. Learning that so many of the insects and birds and wild things around us help us in ways we do not see, we do not recognize. I was telling Joe about this, it's another new word. I love learning new words. They're like these little pill bugs. Have you ever seen these little pill bugs? They look like they're armored, and they're in the soil, they're tiny little things. And they play a crucial role in soil ecosystems. They're tiny crustaceans. They feed on decaying organic matter, including harmful metals in the soil. They'll gobble up, these metals left alone and other stuff in the soil. They help clean our soil. They eat everything, it sounds like. And the word for them is detritivores. You know the word detritus? They are detritivores. That's my new word for the day. Who knew these little insects were benefiting us in this way, cleaning up our soil, removing metals and other things? Or the vultures who eat the carrion and clean up our earth for us? Or the mushrooms that pop up everywhere, and they're learning that they can actually bring life back to a barren landscape that's been damaged, the power of mushrooms. We need to make space, honor that, live in rhythm with that, allow that all to live around us and live in sync with it. I follow a little bit. There's a woman named Mary Reynolds. She's from Ireland, and calls herself a reformed landscape designer. She used to be like an award-winning gardener, and she won an award at the Chelsea Flower Show in London in 2002. They made a movie about her, 2016, called Dare to be Wild. But she's a best-selling author, activist, speaker, and she's founded a movement she calls We Are the Ark. That stands for Acts of Restorative Kindness to the Earth. We are the Ark. And her aim is to restore the Earth's native plant and creature communities and remind people that our role here on this beautiful planet of ours is one of guardian, not gardener. I like that. I really kind of embrace that. We can have gardens, but we need to be guardians. We need to be stewards of the whole, of nature all around us. I think entrainment is kind of a powerful idea. I've been kind of pondering it a lot. It's a kind of love when we practice it in this way, where we get in rhythm with one another, where we don't get thrown out of rhythm. We do what Jesus says, which is we try to find a rhythm that connects us with them. That brings harmony among people. We try to get in harmony with those we work with. We try to get in harmony with the creatures and the birds and the insects that live around us so that we can all thrive. We get entwined, we get in sync, and all flows so much better. Amen? Let's take that into prayer for just a moment. Affirm that truth in our hearts and minds. Affirm our desire, our intention to live in sync, in harmony, in alignment with the rhythms of life on planet Earth, with one another, with other creatures, with the planet, with the sky and the water, with the wind, with all things. We are a part of this flow. We honor it. We are guardians and stewards of life on planet Earth and life in our communities. We shut no one out. We weave all in to that rhythm. We get in sync with one another, and we all thrive. And we give thanks to the power and presence in us that makes that so. And so it is. Amen. All right, well, we have another song about oneness, getting in sync. It's an old favorite. We did this one a lot in the past. It's a Janice Ian song called Better Times Will Come. And it's a very easy chorus, so if you feel like joining in, please do. He has to tune a little bit, so he said tell another joke. But I don't have another joke at hand, so we'll just wait patiently. Yeah. He's got switching capos and retuning and stuff like that. But he does it because he cares.
Better times will come, better times will come, when this world learns to live as one. Oh, better times will come, when we greet each dawn without fear, knowing loved ones soon will be near. When the winds of war cannot blow anymore, oh, better times will come. Better times will come. Better times will come, when this world learns to live as one. Oh, better times will come. Though we live each day as our last, we know someday soon it will pass. We will dance, we will sing in that never-ending spring. Oh, better times will come. Better times will come. Better times will come, when this world learns to live as one. Oh, better times will come.
Once again, everybody.
Better times will come. Better times will come, when this world learns to live as one. Oh, better times will come. Oh, better times. Oh, better times. Oh, better times will come.
Thank you. Good tune. Thanks, Joe. All right. Linda Comstock, treasurer on our board. She's going to do some announcements and thank yous today. Thank you. Good morning. There you are.
Okay, we have some thank yous today. Many thanks to Joanne for her message.
Sure.
And thanks to Joanne and Joe for the great music today. And extra thanks to Joe for handling the AV and streaming our service online. And we're always grateful to the kind folks who provide our lovely refreshments that we will soon be enjoying. And I guess that was a big group effort. Of course, a warm thank you to everyone for your tithes and donations that keep our ministry going, whether by a PayPal, checks in the mail, or the donate tab on our website, unitydelawareohio.org, and we are grateful. Here's our announcements recap. After the service today, there will be a short Unity ensemble practice. We're preparing a song for the summer concert, and everyone is welcome to join. Just stick around in the sanctuary for a short time right after the service. On Sunday, July 5th, Elizabeth Betzold will be speaking on seeing ourselves through the eyes of possibility. Tuesday, July 14th at 1 p.m., Elizabeth will facilitate another of her seasonal Circle of Trust gatherings. This one is focused on the blessings of summer, a season of abundance and collaboration. A sign-up sheet for that gathering is on the back table. And finally, our annual summer concert is coming up soon on Saturday, July 18th at 6 p.m. We will be on the back deck and lawn, weather permitting. But if it's too hot or wet, we will be inside. It's always a wonderful concert. Now, any other announcements? Paul?
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
I want to thank Dan Hosen for being our thermostat programmer extraordinaire.
Yay, Dan.
If you enjoyed the little bit cooler in here this morning, thank Dan.
All right. Thank you, Dan. We're going to need it coming up, too.
Also want to thank Jim Smith. He's always there to provide coordination and advice on a lot of our stuff around here. So Jim, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Paul. Okay, so let's now circle up for our peace song and our prayer for protection.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah.